Hey, what is up, everybody? So I want to share some moves the Packers made today, some releases, some signings, as well as a few different camp updates from Packers practice today. So first off, the one of the things that happened this morning is the Packers actually released rookie guard Chuck Feligia and tight end Cameron McDonald. And after releasing both of those guys, they also signed tight end / wide receiver Andre Miller. It came out from Tom Silverstein, and Miller was a undrafted free agent a year ago, was picked up by the Giants, and he was actually switched from receiver, which he played in college, to tight end while he was with the Giants. And unfortunately for him, last training camp he actually broke, I think, something in his arm, and he was unable to, or he broke his forearm, and he was unable to, get any playing time with the Giants, and they released him in mid-June. So the Packers decided to come in and bring another weapon here, and it looks like he will be a receiver in Green Bay. It looks like, according to Bill Huber, he was practicing with the receivers at Packers camp today. So he's 6'3", 234 pounds, and he was really successful when he played in college at, I believe, in Maine. He played at Maine. And so when we look at the Packers' current receiver situation, one reason they may have added another weapon here is because Grant Dubose, Packers' 7th-round pick, is currently dealing with a back injury, and 5th-round pick Dontavian Wicks is dealing with a concussion. So the Packers, a little bit, they've lost a couple guys there at receiver, and so they decide to add another receiver here. Will Miller make the final roster? Likely not. Maybe he ends up on the Packers practice squad, but that is the move the Packers made, adding another weapon there for Jordan Love. And then also, outside of that, the Packers also re-signed offensive lineman center Cole Schneider, who was actually with the Packers last offseason during camp, and then he was waived because of an injury, and they decided to sign him back today. This may be because there's some injury issues right now at center. I think Jake Hansen has some injury kind of issue, and so they decided to add Cole Schneider here, adding another center to the room. And then here are a few different takeaways from Packers camp today, reading from different beat reporters. So one thing that was pretty interesting is Zach Tom actually started at center today over Josh Myers, which is the first time we've seen anything like this. So far in camp, Zach Tom has been starting at right tackle mostly, and to see this today maybe means that is there a competition at center? Maybe Josh Myers doesn't fully have the job down, and if that's the case, Zach Tom will probably, if he were to somehow win the center job, maybe Josh Nijman plays at right tackle. But maybe the Packers are just testing things out, seeing what works, what doesn't work. If the Packers have a better overall line with Tom at center and Nijman at right tackle, maybe that's what they go through and do. But we'll have to keep an eye on that one. But just something interesting to note, seeing Zach Tom out there with the first team starting at center. And then apparently today it was the first day of full pads, and Lucas Van Ness, in this first day of full pads, did get the start with the ones. And so I was reading earlier today in some Acme Packing Company article, they mentioned how LaFleur said that until they get into full pads, they probably wouldn't see Van Ness out there as much, just because he's so physical, and his physicality and his bull rush ability is one of his best attributes. And so with them being in full pads, being able to be a little more physical, Van Ness does get to start out there with the ones, which maybe means he, if Rashawn Gary isn't healthy when the season starts, maybe it is Van Ness who gets to start, which would be exciting to see, and I hope that happens. We'll see if he's able to progress and keep that up. Another thing, Anders Carlson, kicker, had another down day, went 4 for 8 today. He struggled a couple days back, went 1 for 6. So right now, rookie kicker Anders Carlson having some issues out there. Hopefully he is able to clean it all up, but right now not looking too good for him at the moment. And then another guy who's really stood out a lot from different beat reporters, and today seemed to be another day where he was playing really well and beating guys on the defensive line, and that's Devontae Wyatt, now entering his second year, playing really, really well. So hopefully if he can take that second-year jump, this Packers D-line, with Lucas Van Ness there, hopefully Rashawn Gary back healthy, hopefully this line can take a huge step forward in this next season. And then finally, Bo Melton, he's made a few nice plays in the past few days. We already mentioned it, and he made another one today, had a nice 35-yard touchdown. So those are the biggest takeaways I saw from different beat reporters, and those are the newest moves as well. But that is all I have for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to save today with all Packers news, feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.